We all know the right blend of technology and process can change the game. But what if your business process created an unfair advantage? Every business has a blind spot. What we've developed gets you back to what you do best. What is Radian's ERP versus my CRM, versus my sales team, versus my business operating cost, market share, and profit? First of all, an ERP allows you to handle the business in its entirety, but you can do it your way. Compared to a CRM, which is just one child of many applications inside an ERP, specifically one of 53,525 in the Radian's ERP environment. Putting a business on full ERP power allows your business to scale in terms of leads, automations, customer retention, AI and integrations, and the most important, cost of operation. We got to figure out a way to cut cost, and automations is the number one way to do that. For example, from lead to Radian's ERP, from Radian's ERP to an AI chat box, literally having it do your outbound and inbound calls for you. So now from the AI chat box to activity, you can do this and much more. Notice, however, when we talk about a chatbot, we're talking about an AI chatbot that even though it can't record the call, or shouldn't in certain states, here the chatbot can reiterate what the person said, allowing you to have those notes, which can be a game changer for what you need to do next with that information. Now let's talk about just how much more. In this case, an ERP enables more profit, less expenses. Here are just 5 examples. Number 1. Say you have Radian's ERP, you use Company Cam, and you have sales reps. When a lead, or say a door knock, turns into an opportunity, that pops up on the system, but now you can send them immediately, in real time, an SMS, an email, print card, or even a geo campaign. We're talking about live fire campaigns at the street level, at the subdivision level, at the tell all my word of mouth customers level. Another example. You have Radian's ERP and you CRM manage your projects. You have installed scheduled as well. How about when a permit is pulled and the build is scheduled, let's send a greeting card to all the HOA members, or how about the entire subdivision? At the same time, let's go ahead and update QuickBooks or place a materials order. Yes, you can do that in automations as well. How about another example? We've got Radian's ERP. You've got installs in progress. Do you post yourself or do you pay someone to post on social media? How about if we send an automated PSA voicemail drop into every voicemail in the subdivision and the subdivision only? But at the same time, let's update the company staff and let's go ahead and leverage AI and prompt it to post to Instagram or Facebook or everywhere for that matter, and we mean literally. Taking the data from Radian's ERP of that specific build, prompting the AI to go ahead and draft something specific to your business and to your location, wired it up for automation, and then posting it automatically for you. How cool is that, right? People make things complicated. They don't need to be complicated. They just need to be smart wired. I want to take a moment from the slides right now, guys, to say that we all know not everything happens in front of a computer, much less in front of a desk. One of the things that I developed a while back was Recon Forensic, which is a way, honestly, to detect damage on properties from a moving vehicle. I like to come out and spend some time with our customers and actually walk them through that process. It's complimentary, it's part of our service, and honestly, it's a game changer. Another example. Say you want B2C leads from B2B. You want homeowners and consumers, but you don't want B2B business for whatever the reason. You have Radian's ERP, but now you've leveraged the power of Apollo. Now, say when a real estate agent or an attorney is within 100 miles of your location, how about we send them a cold email that gets past the spam filters, 100% deliverability, and wired up the way it should be? If you succeed in that, how about we also send them a greeting card by mail? When that email is open and it's clicked, how about a phone call gets scheduled and pops up on your radar, or even sends you a text message and sends the individual a written letter? If that letter is open, a QR code is scanned, or if the phone call is accepted, How about it automatically schedules the Google lunch event so that you can actually invite them out for lunch? They can always decline it, right? But who doesn't like a free lunch? So in this case, you send it, they can always decline, but if they say yes, you have a meeting now. Apollo changes things for the better, but when you know how to wire up Apollo properly with tools like SendGrid, Twilio, you're leveraging automations for cold email with, in this case, the ability of Radiance ERP to also fire print campaigns and any other kind of thing, like I mentioned, even voicemail drops. It's a game changer in and of itself. One last example. You have a retail customer that needs a loan. You have a B2B customer that needs a loan, but you are a vetted contractor or licensed professional on directory. You subscribe to Radiance ERP. So how about when the customer clicks loan on directory and the loan gets underwritten by Blue Octopus Capital and the loan gets approved for retail or insurance work, the consumer gets funded, you get your project funded, but the loan is tracked at the loan and project level on Radiance ERP.
I've got an important weather update for you today, folks. We're tracking multiple significant...
After a disaster strikes, a homeowner prays they Googled a good contractor while everyone waits for insurance or financing to be approved. Visiting Directory.com ensures a guaranteed, vetted contractor is selected, while financing and approval is available from Blue Octopus Capital when you click Apply. Contractor prepares a quote-level estimate, Blue Octopus Capital approves the loan, while Connect to Everything Radiance ERP tracks the money at the job site and job stages level nationwide. A mutualistic approach where homeowners get a fair loan, contractors get jobs with no dealer fees, Directory and Radiance ERP get SaaS subscribers, and collateralized real-time tracked funding removes the inefficiencies and bottlenecks in the storm restoration industry. The highest compounding returns from tracked and automated turnover ratios. Do you want to learn more?
You know, this is a work in progress that we have been working very hard to bring to you because we feel that a lead is nice, but a customer with the ability to pay for your services is even more important. That's why we encourage everyone to sign up with Directory and to be on Radiance ERP. Schedule a demo, schedule a meeting. We'd love to talk about it more with you in detail. So those were just 5 possible combinations of an infinite amount of possibilities. You can select from 1,600 different applications that are available to licensed professionals and contractors or people in the trades. There's over 30,000 of them out there, but 1,600 of them is whom we've identified that service this sector. From there, imagine the possibility of over 53,000 possible integrations. We haven't seen one yet that cannot be connected to, and as we like to say, if there's an API and a webhook, we can pretty much connect to it and program against data. A lot of folks out there, some of them copy what we do, but then they find that as a way to charge you for that as an additional feature per user. ERP Power simply enables the use of your data. We're talking about agentic business operations, but this time with unlimited users and 24/7 support, and agentic sales automation, which means you can advertise precisely. Just imagine being able to market at the subdivision level, reach your customers and only your customers, and dedicate the amount of frequency that it needs. That's really what it's supposed to be about, cutting 80% of the expenses while still leveraging 100% of your resources to where it needs to be at. Bottom line, Radiance ERP integrates with what you use. You can migrate to Radiance ERP, or you can continue to use the CRM that you currently use. The entire concept is, from inception, that Radiance ERP is made to connect. You are unique, so is Radiance ERP. But Radiance ERP is based on open source, which means it can adapt the fastest. Closed source code may have a couple hundred developers, maybe 2,000. The open source community is over 1 million of them. We like to leverage that because while everybody else is playing catch up or trying to make the next feature possible, we like to be at the forefront and wire up to just about anything that's coming around the corner. So the question you might ask is, does it work with AI? Of course it does. In fact, it connects directly to all 5 of the major engines and anything else that's coming around the corner. Do you want to see how? Here's an example. Let's say that you're using Feedly and you're using it to pull information about home improvement in your market. You turn that into an RSS feed. That RSS feed becomes a Google Sheet that basically stores all the articles that you're finding that are of interest, possibly to your consumer. This is just a visual representation of a wire up where we now take that information and you're looking at it being wired up to 4 of the possible AI engines in different variants. But now you are leveraging the ability of that information to create unique articles based on each engine to go ahead and send it out to your social mediums. The stuff that you just don't have the time for or that you're paying an arm and a leg to have it done, and even when it's done, it just looks too generic. Imagine the ability to generate a contact or an opportunity simply because people are reading your material, and now you have the ability to generate a B2C customer or a B2B client, or a relationship. Maybe you don't do commercial, but you like having every business in your market knowing who you are. Now the question is, are you gonna make a human phone call or are you gonna use an AI integration? This is where AI assistants come into play. Let's go ahead and create an assistant. Let's make that assistant a dedicated one. I can't stand generic chat boxes, but imagine an AI agent designed for your customer support, or one specifically for lead qualification, or one dedicated to appointment scheduling. You know, an inbound phone call is different from an outbound phone call. So why would you want to treat them the same? And when you get one that supposedly does everything, it's not dedicated. It needs to be dedicated. That way it matches your business. That's what this is all about, restoring the uniqueness in your business. When the prompt is being programmed, it is being told specifically exactly what you want it to do and exactly the way you want to do it for your business. The best part about it is once those conversations are happening, they're being recorded. And remember, with that information, you can now leverage that information and that data to program the next best thing that you have planned for the business, the way you run it. So whether you're setting up an appointment, or you're scheduling an estimate, or you're sending out an e-sign, there is no boundary that can't be met because that's what Radiance ERP is designed for. Bottom line, omnipresence. You want to be everywhere. You want to be able to reach everyone when you're either in the field, or you're doing it through social media, or you're doing it through radio or placement ads. The bottom line is it has to be online and offline, regardless of either one. But now you understand why Radiance ERP. See what I mean? Schedule a demo or join us at our Make It Rain seminars and workshops. These are all designed for you.